I will open Notepad. I will open. Topic name is content.xml. Guys, am I audible for everyone? Topic name is .content.xml. Okay, so what is the purpose of .content.xml generally? So the main purpose of content.xml, which is used to store and save the node and its properties. Store and save node and its properties. Node and its properties. Okay, node and its properties. So generally, AIM is the tool, right? So ADM can understand the .xml files. Okay, AEM can understand .xml files. AEM can understand the .xml files. Can understand the content.xml files. Content.xml files. Okay, content.xml files. So generally, in .content.xml files, content.xml files. So node can be defined with its primary type. Node can be defined with its primary type. Okay, primary type. So I will show you that one. So as of now is clear. So the main purpose of content.xml, which is used to store and save the node and its properties. So the topic is very easy actually. So can you please concentrate? Okay. So AIM can understand the content.xml files. So generally AIM can understand this language. Okay. And in the content.xml files, so the nodes behavior, it's completely based on the its primary type. Okay, its primary type. Normally I will show you where the content.xml files are available. I will show you, you can get the clarity on it. Okay, so simply you can go with your project, right? So this is my project demo. You can go with the UI apps, and inside UI apps you can go with SRC and main content, next JCR root, apps, demo, and under the components, these are all the components are available. So generally you can check previous components. Okay, like in the recently we have created the global component, right, in the last session actually. If I open the global component or any other component, for example, if I go with the hello world, so hello world is the predefined component, right? So simply I can go with hello world component. Okay, if I go through it, if you observe here, we have the one file. The file name is .content.xml. This is the one file. Okay, and if I go inside the secure dialog, and here also we have one file, that is the .content.xml file. What is the purpose of .content.xml file is it can store the nodes and its properties. It can store nodes and its properties. So last time we have created the component by using the crxt, right? So that is the one way to create the component by using the crxt. And we have the another way, that is writing the code and then you can create the component. So when will you go for this approach? Basically, when you have the requirement, complex requirement, at the time you can go with coding. Through the coding we can write and we can develop the components. Are you guys clear with my point? So then today I will show you, this is the one file, right? Hello world. I will open the hello world, and I will open content.xml by using any IDE, Visual Studio or anything. You can open in your case also. Now you can see the file structure actually, XML version and encoding UTF-8, and this is the primary tag. Generally JCR root is the primary tag. So generally in AEM you need to know two roots. So one is the in CRXT, that is the root one, that is the one root, and in the XML files also we have the one root. We have the one root. Okay. If you observe here, so the component primary type is the mandatory. So primary type, whatever the primary type you have mentioned, based on the primary type, component behavior, it depends on the primary type. For example, if you mention this is as the CQ colon component, then the node will behave like as component. If you mention instead of sling colon folder, then the node will behave like as the folder. If you mention sing colon page, then the node will behave like as the page. So the behavior of the node completely depends on the primary type. Primary type is also very important. So the node behavior completely based on the primary type. So in this case, the node primary type is the CQ colon component. So the node will behave like as the CQ colon component only. CQ colon component only. Next what we have, JCR title. This is the component name, right? Hello world component, and this is the component group. Component group is, so every node primary type is mandatory. Remaining properties are optional. If you take the any property, if you take any, I would say if you take anything, any node, primary type is mandatory. Remaining other properties are optional. Other properties are optional. Okay. Okay, now I will made some changes in, I will take any component and then I will write some tags, and then I will go to my code base generally. For example, I go with the Gayatri component. Localhost. I will open CRXT. Okay. If I open the Gayatri component, you can observe how the structure will be there, like CQ colon dialog. Okay. Content items and content items, and inside the items I have the Krishna node, right? Now what I will do, I will go to my code base. I will go to my code base. Generally, simply I can go with the code base. My code base is Gayatri and a CQ colon dialog, and then this content.xml I will open. This content.xml I will open. Okay. Now this is the base root. So base root is compulsory. Remaining all nodes are optional. So based on the requirement, you can take content, where the content. Yeah. This base route is mandatory. Okay. This base route is mandatory. Okay. Now I want to create few more tags. For example, mm, I will try to take some search. Okay. Close tag, open tag. Okay. Tag. This is the open, and I am closing the tag. Search. Okay. And inside the search, what I am doing, I am taking some students like some Raju. Okay. And then Raju tag close, and Raju have the parallel student is, mm, I can mention with some Rani, and Rani tag got closed. Okay, so this is the normal nodes. You need to mandatorily, you can mention the primary type. So whenever you mention the primary node, then only it will consider as node. Okay, so primary node is also mandatory, and so simply I am mentioning. Are you guys observing what I am doing? So I am taking custom tags. These custom tags you can take based on your requirement. In my case, simply I am taking search, and inside the search I am thinking two students normally like Raju, and these two are parallel like that I am thinking, and then I am taking the parallel. Okay, if you want to take inside the Raju, you can take one more tag also. Okay, for understanding purpose, I am taking Saj is the one main tag. Inside the Saj tag, I am taking two tags. One is the Raju, second one is the Rani. Second one is the Rani. Okay, in the Saj also you should mention JSR primary tag. So as of now is clear. What I did, simply I have taken three nodes, Saj node, Raju and Rani node, and primary type is also mandatory. So we have to mention compulsory primary type. I have mentioned primary type anti-unstructured. Anti-unstructured meaning it will be treated as normal node. Okay, so I am saving this one. Before deployment, you can observe the structure should be like this, right? The structure should be like this, like under the Gayatri component, CQ colon dialog, content items, Krishna. This is the structure. Now I will do the deployment and then I will see. I will do the deployment and we'll see how the structure will come. You can go with your project structure. This is the project modules. You can open CMD. Now you can deploy. Guys, very important topic. Okay, very important topic and very easy topic. So generally, we have the multi-field topic, right? So by using the multi-field topic, we will create the complex logics actually. So complex drop downs. So how will you achieve those complex? We can achieve by using the .xml file. So in the real-time scenario, we can create the component by using the .xml files. Okay. So .xml files concept is very important. Very easy concept. Okay. We'll deploy and then we'll see how the node structure will change in the CRXT. Then build success. Now I will go to the CRXT and then I can reload. If I go with the global CQ colon dialog, if you see the entire node structure has changed, right? So previous case, it had content items, again content items, under it had some text fields like that it had, right? So now I made the changes on the backend, and then when I deployed into the CRXT, then the node structure has also changed. Node structure has also changed. So generally all the node and its properties, everything, it will be available in the content.xml. So that is the reason. So content.xml, it will save and store the node and its properties. Node and its properties. For example, hmm, so that is the thing. Okay, somewhere will be uh, Gayatri. You can go with Gayatri, search Raju and Rani. Okay, Raju and Rani. Raju and Rani. Okay, this is clear. For example, this is search. So instead of NT structure, if I mention the string folder, then it will be treated as the folder. Okay, then it will be treated as the folder. Okay, generally it will be treated as the folder. For example, now this is the Raju, right? Now what I will do, I will mention string folder, string colon folder. Okay, I can save this one, and now again I will do the deployment, and then I will see. I can check. I can check string folder is available or not. I guess it will work. We'll go with after deployment. So generally, based on the type, its property, it can behavior. If you declared with NT unstructured, then it will be act as a normal node. If you define with folder, then it will be act as the folder. So it's completely depends on its property. Completely it's depends on its property. Okay? So generally what we will do today, so by using the XML files, so we will create the components. Okay, we will create the component. So that will so when will you go for the this approach, right? So whenever the complex scenarios we have the real time, so the complex scenarios you can achieve by using the code base. You can achieve by using the code base. Okay, build a success. Then you can go there and you can open, you can reload, you can open the Gayatri, search Gayatri, you can open Gayatri. Where we change the changes string folder for Raju string folder. Something is the property. So generally the thing is, so based on, so I guess you can use this anti folder. Anti folder you can use, then you can get the, it will be converted like as the folder. So that node will be act as the folder. Okay, that node will be act as the folder. The thing is based on the primary type, it can behavior. So the node behavior completely depends on the primary type. That is the thing you need to understand. Okay, this is clear. And the next thing is, so normally by using the code base, we will create the component. Okay, we can create the component. For example, so I will go to my code base. I will go to my code base. So demo and UI apps, SRC, main and content. JCR root, apps, demo, components. Okay, these all are the components. These all are the components. Apple component, article component, bread component. These are the components, right? Now I will create one more component. So generally, how will you create a component in the code base? So simply you can take one folder. You can take one folder and the folder name you can give anything. The folder name can give anything. So what we will give? So we will give the two step. We can give anything, any name. Okay, I will give some digital. Okay, I can give some digital. So naming conventions you can observe all characters are in lowercase, right? So that is the reason I am also taking the all characters in lowercase. Okay, digital. Okay, and so inside the digital, what we need to take. So if you compare to other component global. So for if I open the content.html for the global component, these two lines are common. These two lines are common. So properties can vary from component to component. These properties are optional. So as of now, what I will do, I will copy this content.xml from I will copy this content.xml from global component and then I will go inside a digital component and then I will paste here. Okay, I will paste here and then I will open the content.xml. I will open the content.xml and here I will change the name. Here is JSON title. I am changing digital. Okay, and the component group I am not changing. So remaining all are I am not changing. Okay, whatever I had, the same thing I am maintaining. Only I am changing only JSON title. That is the digital. Remaining all things are the same. Okay. Okay, fine. Next thing is so basically AEM it will find out the component, the specific component based on the this root actually. So that is the reason actually JSR root is the mandatory tag. So without the JSR root, AEM cannot find out the specific component name and the component group actually. For example, on the page, drag the component, and if you are looking for the component, so how the identify AEM generally based on this route, it will identify and then it will drag the component on the page. Okay, so JSR, these two lines are mandatory. Okay. Okay, in the component level. So for creating components, what are the things are required? I will write one more time. So might be some guys might be forgot. I think. So the first thing is node right, node name, and the first step. So already you know I how to create the node name and okay. And second thing is node name and file name should be the same. Node name and file name should be same. Okay. Next third one. CQ dialog. Okay, CQ dialog. Next one. Huh? No. Content node that is the by default we have. If you want to drag the component on the page, component group. Okay, component group. So these are the things, right? Component group. Okay. Now we done with the node name. So we have created the folder and where we can mention the component properties are like component JSON title and component group. We mentioned in the node related details on the .content.xml. That is the primary file actually. Okay. Now my requirement is second one is the file name. Okay, file name and content name should be the same, right? So for that purpose, what I will do, I will go to my project Where is my product? Digital. Okay, this is the digital component, and file name and component name should be the same. So here I will take a new and text document. You can take the text document, and here you can mention digital dot html, digital dot html. Okay, I'm saving this one. This is clear. And next, the third thing is you should take CQ dialog. So in case of CQ dialog, so where the CQ dialog is available inside the component. So inside the folder, right? So inside I am going to inside the folder. Here I am taking one more folder, that is CQ dialog. So CQ dialog, when you are taking the CQ dialog, you have to follow the naming conventions like this. CQ dialog, CQ dialog. Why? Because that east symbol will be there, right? So that is not allowed in the folder structure. In the folder naming convention, the east symbol is not allowed. So that is the reason whenever you are giving the naming convention for the dialog, so I have to maintain like this. I have to maintain like this. So CQ dialog related node and its properties all are will maintain in one content.xml file. Okay, in one content.xml file, right? So as of now, what I will do, I will go to the another component. For example, you can go with any predefined component or any component. For example, if I am going with the sharing component content.xml, I am copying from there and I am coming to my component name is digital. Okay, so I am pasting here. Now I will manipulate. I will manipulate content.xml. So this is the sharing related content.xml file. Now I am manipulating. How could I manipulate some generally? Not this one. Not this one. Can delete this one. You can go to the. We need CQ dialog content.xml file, right? Can go with the sharing and there. Okay. You can go with any other component. You can go with the hello world. Huh? Hello world or any component you can go with. Okay. So inside the hello world component, we have the CQ dialog, and this CQ dialog content.xml I am copying. I am copying from hello world component, and then I am going to my component, that is the digital component, and inside digital we have the CQ colon dialog. I am pasting here. Okay. Now I will manipulate my content.xml. For example, this is the structure it will be having, right? So this node is mandatory, this tag is mandatory, so remaining things are based on the requirement we can change. So now what I will do, I will remove simply, I will remove all up to content, up to content. As of now is clear what I did. Generally this tag is mandatory, so any dialog this tag is mandatory. These lines are mandatory. Why? Because this is the normal node, and there we can mention predefined dialog. Actually we are establishing the relation between predefined and this normal node. So this already you know, this is mandatory. These two lines are mandatory. This is the JCR route is the mandatory. So based on this only, AEM can identify the specific nodes and its properties. So that is the reason JCR route is the mandatory. Okay. After this, based on the requirement, you can take. Based on the requirement, you can take. So generally, how we will take content, okay, and content open and close. Okay, content tag open and close inside the content. So instead of content, can take any other name also. Name is your wish. And under the content, what we have generally items, items, items close, and inside the items again I would like to take again content, and content tag close. So like this, based on the requirement, you can take content, and inside the content again I would like to take items, and inside the items I would like to take some text field. Okay, inside the items I would like to take some text field. So for this nodes, primary type is the mandatory thing. So that is the reason I am copying the primary type. So I am pasting to every node. Guys, are you observing? I am designing CQ dialog by using the code base. I am designing the code. I would say CQ dialog by using the code base. Okay, items unstructured, and text also unstructured. Okay. Now we have to add the string resource type property. For string resource type property, I will add like string colon resource type property equal to some path we have, right, like a granite, UI, components, coral, foundation, form, and fixed columns. Okay, yeah, yeah. Fixed columns, right? Fixed columns. Okay. So we can cross check this path is right or wrong. How will you cross check? You can copy that path. You can go to the net, and you can take a new tab. Yes, exactly. This is the path, granite way components. You can copy this path, and you can come to here. You can paste the one. Okay. So items, no need to mention string resource type, and contents we should mention. We should mention container. Okay. So string colon resource type equal to, here you can mention form and container. Okay. Yeah. Foundation container. Okay. Foundation container. You can save this one. Now for the text here, what I will do here, I will take the string resource type, the same string resource type I will take from here. I will take from here, and then here the container, and here you should take the form, and you can mention the text field. Text field. You can mention the text field. Okay. And I want to display the some field label. Okay, you can simply mention field label, and the field label is like some iPhone. Okay, and then next thing is name. You want to show some data, right? Then you can mention name equal to dot, within double quotation, dot forward slash. You can mention some iPhone. Okay, this is the thing. So in the previous case, we can develop, I would say, component by using the CRST. Okay, but we have to have the knowledge on how to create the component by using the code base, by using the .xml files. Okay, now the this one we have to close this one by using the anytime. Okay, this is clear, guys. Now I am saving this one. I will go there, my code base. and then I can deploy. I can deploy. Uh, yes, yes, exactly. Content, and for starting also might be there. Starting you can. Okay. So generally, complex nodes you can develop by using the code base only. So we'll see this one deployed or not. I will go to my CRX. I can reload. CQ dialog, content, items, content, items, text. Okay, all are coming right. iPhone. If you observe here, so whatever I am mentioning in the content.xml and everything is coming. So AM itself it is converting node and its properties like this. Node and its properties like this. Okay. So items and content. Next thing is items, content. Okay, everything okay. Now I will go to the page and then I try to drag the component. Okay. Component group also there. JSON title also there. Okay, fine. Good. Now I will go to my sites and then I will go to any page. So generally I will go with EN page. I can edit the page. I will call the component. My component name is digital, right? The component name is also coming. But it is not visible. Why? Because we have not authored anything. Okay? We have not authored anything. So we can check the dialog is the widget is open or not. The widget is coming. The widget is coming. If I order any data, for example, iPhone, okay, if I click on this one, you can check the data will be storing in the content node or not, okay. So I'm refreshing this one. I can go to the content node, content, demo, US, EN page, JCR, root, container, container, and click on the digital iPhone. The data is coming here. Okay. So how will you read the data? So we have the in the site we have the some implicit objects. Okay. Now what I will do? I will go to the backend and where we have taken some file, right? The file which is basically SQL dialog file. Can go with the this is the global, but our component is digital. Can go with the digital. Now again, once again I will go. I will go to my project demo apps src main content jcru apps demo components. Our component is digital. You can go with the digital component and digital.html. So if you want to read the data, so site also provides some implicitly objects. So properties also one implicitly object. Okay, you can open this one. This file you can open by using the notepad. Not like this. Click on the file, open with notepad or Visual Studio. Now you can take, so here you can mention properties dot iPhone. Okay, properties dot iPhone. So the camel case, we have to follow the same naming convention. iPhone. Okay, properties dot iPhone. You can save this one. Hmm? Huh? Div tag. Directly you can take div tag. Okay, and inside the div tag you can pass. Okay, now clear. So you can mention iPhone text. I am saving this one. Are you guys clear with my point? What I'm saying? Now I will do one more time deployment. So whenever you are writing the .xml files, every time you have to save. Okay. How will deploy and then we see how it will work. Very easy concept, guys. So if you practice one or two times, then you can easily understand. Okay, you can simply take the any tags and a starting tag, ending tag. So if you want to inside, you can keep inside the tags. Okay, easy topic. XML meaning extension markup language. HTML meaning hypertext markup language. The tag names you can take anything. In the HTML, there we can have the predefined tags actually. In the HTML, in the XML, you can take any names. You can take any tag names. Okay. Now you can go with the page. You can reload the page. Now we'll try to order the component and then we'll see. If you see, the text is coming, right? The text is coming like iPhone 16 recently released. Some dummy text you can pass in your case also. The text is coming. So this dialog and completely the entire thing we had developed with completely code base. Okay, we are not using any CRX. Okay, so when will you go for the code base? So whenever the complex requirement, okay, requirement at the time you can go with the .xml files and then you can create the components. Okay, so generally the digital, I go with the digital apps and demo components, digital. Here the node name is the CQ colon dialog. But this naming convention at the time of giving the naming convention for the folder, this east symbol is not allowed actually. So that is the reason we are mentioning underscore CQ underscore dialog. So we have to follow the AEM can understand content.xml files. So generally, which is similar to AEM other language is the content.xml files. You can assume like that.